and I am on my way to work. I'm actually a little bit sweaty because I have been mowing my lawn. I went out and I was just going to do some edging before I went to work this morning, and my neighbor was also doing his lawn, and he stopped and he came by and he said, "Is your lawnmower broke?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, how about this? How about after I'm done with my lawn, you trade me your edger and you can mow your lawn and I'll edge my lawn." And y'all don't even know, we're in a predominantly black neighborhood, and since we've been there, pretty much we're the white people in the neighborhood. You know, I'm the white lady that walked her dog, her baby dog. You know, we're the ones with the motorcycles. You know, it's I can't really say I felt like a part of the community, not shunned or anything, but you know, there's definitely a very obvious color difference between us. And there's another white person that lives close by that they keep getting broken into. They never are outside, and it seems like they're not really interested in being anything in the community at all, you know. And maybe I'm wrong, but when he offered to let me borrow his lawnmower, it felt amazing, to be honest, because we've had a couple of people come by and be like, "Hey, I'll mow your lawn for you for a really cheap amount of money," and my honest answer is, my husband isn't even working. I don't have $20 for fun, much less $20 to mow my lawn, you know. And yes, I know I just went out, and I get that, and I know that we went and celebrated our anniversary, and maybe that was irresponsible, but you know, what is life if it's not for living? And that's just my opinion. And so anyway, that's a side note. But I've had several people offer to mow my lawn for a cost. But this is the first time that I've had somebody offer to let me borrow their lawnmower. And that's something I've been telling Robert lately, is that, you know, if somebody would just let me borrow their lawnmower, I would mow my own lawn. I can't afford to pay somebody else to do my lawn, or I wouldn't have them do it. So that just was really a moment for me, to be honest. It really felt like I was a part of a community of people that care and not just want to steal your shit, you know what I mean? And because that happens too in the neighborhood. And I feel like, and I've told Robert, that I think that the cure for that kind of a thing is not to be separate from them, but to be a part of them. And that may just be my own naivete, because the lady that I'm thinking of, whose child's bike got stolen, you know, she's outside all the time. She knows the people in the neighborhood. But yeah, her child's bike was stolen. Of course, it was left in the middle of the, you know, yard at night, which I, you know, don't necessarily think I would leave my car unlocked in this neighborhood, because there are young kids that haven't been taught quite yet that it's okay to be respectful of other people's stuff. It's just a difference in societies and a difference in mindsets. You know, it's kind of like the songs that are on the radio right now. I want it, I got it. I want it, it's mine. If I want it, then I get to have it. You know, and that's just not really how life is, unless you're in the top 1% of earners in America. You know, you can't just take whatever you want. It belongs to somebody else. And I think, you know, when you're young and maybe in middle income, lower income families, and you hear that, it's not always I'll buy it kind of thing. Okay, well, I want that, so I'm just going to take it. You know, maybe I'm just judgy. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just being judgmental. But sometimes I worry about our future because of the way that the kids act. And I've not been around it as much in other places that I've lived as being in this neighborhood, because the kids don't don't have any respect for anything around them. They shoot off fireworks until 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's fine. If it's 4th of July season, of course that's what you should do. But to walk Daisy around in the neighborhood after that and just see trash left over from all of those fireworks just left in the middle of the road, or on, somebody else's property, or, in the park where kids play, just left debris from your fun experience. It's kind of sad to me. They hang out by the splash park, all the young kids do, and the next day the trash is just insane. It's everywhere. And I mean, I'm not talking full on like Woodstock kind of trash or anything like that, but enough when there's literally a trash can within 5 feet of you anywhere over there. 5 feet. And there's trash on the ground. It's just disappointing, and then you get that time during the summer, because we live so close to a school. They have free lunch program for the kids in the neighborhood, low-income families. And I can't tell you how many bags of trash I've picked up walking Daisy, because pieces of those lunches are strewn out from, the school to the person's house. Whether it be a yogurt tube or crackers or the drinks that are in there. They gave them like those little popsicle stick things. Lots of those. So it's like you're given something for free, and you have even less respect for it and yourself and the people around you, and so I guess to be cool you throw it on the ground. I don't know, it's all very strange to me. It's like, and they're young, but I hope over time that they learn that that's not okay, because if you don't clean up and you expect somebody else to clean up your trash, and that person doesn't do it, then that trash stays there, and then 10 years down the road you live in a shithole, with the school right down the street. It's a different experience to live in the neighborhood, in the area of town that we live in, because we had really bad credit. We didn't have a whole lot of money when we got this house, but Robert got a really big settlement from his foot, and so we wanted to be responsible with it and put a good sized down payment on a house, and yet still be able to afford a mortgage, and a mortgage that somebody would be willing to finance for us, And so, to be honest, our options were pretty limited. And we had already kind of discussed that we wanted to do an investment in such a way that we weren't doing a 30-year mortgage, because we had no idea what we were going to be doing in the future. We knew we didn't, we were afraid already to pull on a mortgage. But we did it. We wanted to get a small enough house so we could get a small enough mortgage that we could afford. That was really the main thing. And so, in doing that, we got this house, and we got a 10-year mortgage, and we're paying less in mortgage than we ever paid in rent in the last 3 places that we've been at. So, it seemed like a super good idea, But there's no drainage in the whole neighborhood. Everybody's place is flood. There are so many critters. It kind of drives me crazy. Whether it be frogs or mice, a trillion bazillion spiders. I mean, I don't scream as much as I used to. That's all I was saying. I think I'm almost out of, oh, yep, I've got 3 minutes of memory. That was my warning, I guess. So, so there are definitely downsides to getting a little bit cheaper of a house. We did a lot of work on it, on the floors and stuff, and we didn't finish, and that's part of the problem is that we kind of ran out of money too, and so we didn't finish the baseboards. There's a door that needs to be replaced. There's a lot of things in the house that need repairs, but then you also deal with the everyday repairs, like our washing machine going out. That's been a major problem. and we're still having issues with it. Now our lawnmower has gone out, you know, and so it's like, even though financially it seems like it should be fine, well, then when Robert doesn't have a job and somehow I have to come up with the money for all of the bills, and then, oh yeah, there's these things that are broke in the house, it's like, well, shit, I can't, I don't have it. It's so frustrating, y'all. This has been a weird rant, and it has nothing to do with food, but ultimately the stress levels in my life have an effect on my food, because I certainly wanted to eat some sugar yesterday. I luckily didn't have any access to any, but damn if I didn't want some. And it's because it just, you know, it's that endorphin release. And yes, I can work out, and yes, I do work out, and mowing the lawn this morning was glorious. I didn't get to finish because he had already done his lawn, and my tall grass that's still a little wet from dew was overheating it, so we decided to wait a bit. So now I'm going to work, and I told him I'd do it after, which it'll be hot, but it's okay. I'll live. I'll survive. Okay, well, that's really where I'm at, guys. I mean, I feel like my stress levels are going up every single day, and I have no idea what's going to happen in my life, in our lives, you know, but it's going to happen. Whether I put my head in the sand, whether I kick and scream, whether I join in and try to make it a better thing. It's what's happening is happening. Not a damn thing I can do about it, but try to survive it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll check you next time. Bye.